Daniel Carter stood outside the towering glass building with a smile he hadn't worn in years. After months of searching, praying, and facing rejection, he had finally been offered a position at one of the city's most respected companies. He straightened his tie, whispered, "Thank you, Lord," and walked through the revolving doors believing this was the beginning of a better life. His first few hours seemed normal. Smiles, handshakes, a tour of the office. But by the end of the week, something had changed. Conversations stopped whenever he entered the room. Co-workers exchanged glances. People laughed quietly as he walked past. He convinced himself he was imagining it. He wasn't. His teammates had decided they didn't want him there. Some feared he would outperform them. Others simply enjoyed making someone else suffer. They worked together like shadows, careful never to reveal what they were doing. Important emails never reached Daniel. Meeting times were changed without telling him. He was blamed for mistakes that weren't his. When projects succeeded, someone else took the credit. When anything failed, Daniel's name was the first one mentioned. Every day brought a new trap. Every morning he entered the building wondering what would happen next. One afternoon, his manager stormed into the office. "Why didn't you submit the report?" Daniel stared in confusion. "What report?" The room fell silent. Several coworkers lowered their heads, pretending to work while hiding satisfied smiles. The email assigning the report had been deleted before Daniel ever saw it. He received a formal warning. No one defended him. Weeks turned into months. The pressure never stopped. His sleep disappeared. His appetite faded. At home, his wife noticed the change. "You barely smile anymore," she said softly. Daniel tried to hide the pain. "I'm just tired." But he wasn't just tired. He was exhausted. He had begun questioning himself. Maybe they were right. Maybe he wasn't good enough. One evening he remained alone in the office after everyone had left. The lights were dim. The silence was heavy. He opened the small Bible he carried in his briefcase. His eyes rested on Psalm 27. "Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear." He read it again. And again. For the first time in weeks, tears fell. Not tears of defeat, tears of relief. He realized something. His coworkers could attack his reputation. They could spread lies, they could create fear, but they could not control his character. The next morning, Daniel returned to work differently. He greeted everyone with kindness. He documented every assignment. He saved every email. He refused to argue. He refused to gossip. He refused to become like the people trying to destroy him. This frustrated them even more. They increased the pressure. False complaints, anonymous accusations, missing documents. One final attempt was planned. A major client presentation would be sabotaged, and Daniel would be blamed. It was supposed to end his career, but something unexpected happened. The company's new compliance director had quietly been reviewing months of digital records. Every deleted email, every altered document, every login, every security recording. The truth could no longer be hidden. The evidence revealed a coordinated campaign of workplace bullying and deliberate sabotage. The conference room that had once echoed with accusations became silent. The people who had mocked Daniel could no longer deny what they had done. Several employees lost their jobs. Others faced disciplinary action. Daniel's manager apologized. "I judged you before I knew the truth." Daniel nodded. "I forgive you." Months later, Daniel was promoted, not simply because he was talented, but because he had remained honest under relentless pressure. On his first day as a department leader, a nervous new employee walked into the office. Daniel remembered exactly how that felt. He stood, smiled warmly, shook the young man's hand, and said, "Welcome. You're safe here. We'll help you succeed." The cycle of cruelty ended because one man chose integrity over revenge. "When the wicked advance against me to devour me, it is my enemies and my foes who will stumble and fall. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear."